Okay, so is that clear?
Yes, doctor.
This is actually should be in week 5, but I think that since we have discussed earlier some of the issues, some of the problems, so I think that I try to just give some kind of introduction first about preparing your chapter 1, introduction chapter, so that before you prepare your chapter 1, you will be able to understand what are the key points and then what are the things to be included in your chapter 1. Yeah. Okay, so before you start preparing your introduction chapter, I know that just now I've already discussed, I already mentioned that try to get a few main sources. Main sources mean your, of course, your um, journal articles, or it can also be your ebooks. Okay, at least 5 journal articles, so that it will also help you not only to start writing your introduction chapter, but also you can reflect on a few questions for your literature review later, and then also what are the important construct to be discussed in literature review. Because when you prepare your introduction chapter, you also have to think about how to expand your introduction for your literature review later. Okay. Okay. So let us start. So this is actually some samples, right? Because just now I can see that Kiki also got a few questions on, like, you have your research questions on factors, and also Fadila also, like Fad also have like questions. I think that most of you like to ask questions on factors. So let us see this sample so that you, I mean, it will be very clear. Okay, look at the first one, research problem. So the research problem, females are underrepresented in technology related careers and educational programs. Okay, so so this study, so they have identified the problem about female being underrepresented when it comes to technology related careers and educational programs. So that's why the purpose of this study to investigate the reasons why female are less interested, especially in computing technology compared to male, right? And if you look at the research questions, so then they ask questions, what are the factors that may contribute to young males and females displaying different degrees of interest in technology usage? So the key points here, we can even find the key points in the research questions. Gender, talking about males and females. Technology, right, about the use of technology, technology usage, computers in elementary school, right? So because the focus is more on computing technology, and then also technology acceptance. Okay, so if you look at these questions, so are they going to use like qualitative or quantitative?
Is it quanti, doctor? Or
Okay,
yeah, I think it's quantitative.
why do you think it's quantitative?
Maybe the keywords of the research questions that started with what is it?
Yeah,
Or
all right. What else? Fadila?
Sebab faktor, because of
Factor.
factors.
Because of factor. Okay, sebab faktor. Okay. So when it comes to comparing two things, female and male, comparing between young and older, or comparing between poor and rich, for example. So normally we are using quantitative. And of course, because of the question factor. So let's say if I want to change into qualitative, what kind of research questions that we can ask? Or what kind of research purpose because we understand that there's a problem, like females being underrepresented in technology related careers. That's the whole main problem. So if we are interested into doing a qualitative, so what kind of research purpose and what kind of research questions that we're going to ask?
The research question for qualitative, right?
Yes, for qualitative, yes, because this one is for quantitative. So if you want to change, remember that I asked you previously, I asked you, Kiki, if you want to change your second research question, because that your second research questions asking about factor is more related to quantitative. So coming back to this question, to this issue, if we are going to change, if we're going to change into a qualitative, so where can we change
The keywords of what maybe can change to
into? Okay, for
how
questions.
or why.
For questions. Okay, let's say if we want to change into how question, we're
Mm,
gonna interview, right?
yeah.
We're gonna interview females, okay? Because why they are less interested into computing technology compared to male. So we're gonna ask like few questions to this female. Um, I mean, from of course, I mean they are from school, okay, elementary school. So what kind of questions that we can ask?
Maybe like how the technology usage affects to the different degrees of aku cakap ni. Like
Okay, so you're gonna ask how the technology usage can affect their interest, female interest, is it?
yeah, something like that, doctor.
Okay, all right. We understand that they are being underrepresented, and then we understand that they're getting less interested in technology. So of course, one of the questions that we're gonna ask, what are the challenges that they face? So we assume, of course, we assume first there might be some challenges. There might be some challenges for them. That's why they're not interested. If you're doing on quantitative, so this can be among the factors. That's why I mentioned to Fadila, there's a lot of factors that contribute to TikTok influences. How can we ensure that communication style is one of the things that will be influenced by TikTok? It can be home environment. It can be because of like teaching at home. It can be because of the intrinsic motivation or extrinsic motivation. You're excited to do TikTok because um, like you can even get income from TikTok. So that is extrinsic motivation, kan? And if it is about intrinsic motivation, you prefer to do some contents for TikTok because you feel like satisfaction. You feels like so happy, change your mood whenever that you get so many likes, whenever that you get so many views. So it just light up your mood, just like for doing something that is different from what you're doing now. So you'll be happy. You'll be happy. That is intrinsic motivation. And it could also be learning style, even for TikTok. Right. Some people not only influence their communication, but also can influence their learning style, can influence their attitude, or even their behavior. Okay. So will you be able to come up with your own research problem, research objectives, and also research questions? This is a reflection. So is that clear?
Yeah, I think that's clear, doctor, because like it gave me another different perspective. Like, how can I create my research question